Hello again, guys and girls of the Gears of War community. My name is Christian, and I'm here to bring you another Gears of War 3 gameplay commentary. One or two few updates. One, I have a brand new pop filter, which I'm not sure if this will make a big difference to you guys, if it will really do much. But I've gotten it because it was fairly cheap. It was only something like £10, and I had some money spare. And I thought, you know what? Let's buy a pop filter, and strangely enough, it just makes the whole setup look a lot more professional, and it makes it all a lot more, you know, up, upbeat or something. I'm not sure what the word is. Two, or the second update rather, is I have a few special things coming out in the next few days, and so I especially say that people should look out for that. I've had a few things, change in the line of Gears of War for me, and I think that would be. I'm going to do a few special videos on that, and I thought of a few kind of crazy little things that I can do as fun videos for you guys anyway. So, quick mention of the gameplay. It is I think it's 3 round gameplay, and I have cut out the middle round because the middle round I got dicked on like a motherfucker, and it was already 10 minutes, and I don't like doing 10-minute commentaries. I only really like doing something like 6 minutes. 6 minutes is my perfect commentary time, you know, just to talk in a general commentary. But anyway, other than that, let's get on to the subject. The subject of this is the perceptions of the player on himself. I was sitting there thinking the other day, and I actually posted on the Epic Games forum thread about this. I posted, what do you think your own personal skill is compared to what it realistically is? And what I mean by this is a lot of players don't either have perceptions of themselves, or either underrate or overrate themselves when they really, or they'll overrate and underrate themselves when they're, talking to people, but they actually know realistically how good they are. And this came to me recently because I started realizing that in the way of Gears, like the big uphill struggle from being brand new in the game to actually getting to where I am now, I'm actually fairly close to the peak of how good a player can get. I'm not really there yet. I'm not a pro yet, but I'm playing with a lot of pros, and I am realistically getting fairly close to that level. I mean, a lot of it comes down to, it doesn't come down to player individual skill, like Nasher skills, things like that. It comes more down to your ability to play with a team and to do things which actually, help your team win a game more efficiently and keeping people alive and making good decisions. So now the more I think about that, and now that I'm actually finally close, the more I look back at it and sit there and think, how many times have I actually thought I was a pro? Back on Gears of War 1, when I was almost not really new, but I was more of a kind of kid who went for sniper every round in a player match, and just kind of went around going for headshots, and even then wasn't really that good at getting headshots myself. But the big thing about it was that, I just, each one of these times, when I sat there and I thought, oh yeah, I've got a headshot, I must be really good at this game, and then, you get really bad players who sit back, or who, charge it, and I'd have host or something, I'd be raping people, and I'd be sitting there like, oh my god, I'm destroying people, I must be the best player on the game. It's like, well, I only thought that because I didn't have a good perspective on what a really good player is. And then there was another occasion on Gears 2 where I had like a little group of people. I had about 2 or 3 of these over the span of my Gears 2 lifetime. I was in like little groups where I was usually at the top, and when you're at the top, you have a much higher opinion of yourself, especially when you're in a group. You're kind of sectioned off from anyone else, and all you do is either play with each other in private matches, just messing around, or play public matches, and I try and get to the top of the leaderboard every time. And those little groups where you're sectioned off, that was the main problem, because when I'm sectioned off, I wasn't exposed to any other new players, anything like that, and therefore I didn't actually have an idea of how good I really was compared to other players. So you only have a perception of like who you are compared to these very few people you play on a day-to-day basis with, rather than what I'm in now, which is the competitive community, which is a large community, and they're all extremely good at the game, so I can get a very good perspective on how good I am, rather than in the past how good I thought I've been. So, the main point of this commentary was to me to get the point across that a lot of people, just not because they're trying to be big-headed or anything, they think they're a lot better than they am, or they go ahead with being a lot better than they am to the people they're close to, without actually truly knowing how good they are. So I want you to leave a comment in the comment section saying, how good do you realistically think you are? Like, you sit there and think to yourself, Jesus, how good am I actually? And then, leave it in the comment section, and, I'd like to see what people think of themselves. Not in a weird way, but in a realistic way. But anyway, if you like the commentary, please leave me a like. It helps out a lot. And thank you for watching, guys, and goodbye.